Is my head completely in the camera?
Yeah.
It's not cut off on the top?
No.
Okay, that's good. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anchored Life with Kayla. It is Valentine's Day as of me filming this, and so I gotta wear my pink. We've been doing some baking, so she has been supervising from within the wrap, and Sophie has been helping me by being a stirrer, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's got her own oven mitts to help me get things out. So as you can see, I have two daughters.
One is big and one is little.
That's right, I got a big sister and a little sister. And I bring that up because I want to talk about why it's important to think about your future kids when you are picking who to marry. When you are dating, trying to figure out who you want to marry, having kids might not even be on your radar, but it's something you should consider when you are picking who you're going to be spending your life with, because if you do want to have kids or you do end up having kids, that person is your partner, and you need to do this whole child rearing thing together as a team, and it is a lot of work. Yes, girls, you are a lot of work, but so very worth it, and we are just so in love with our two girls, but it is a lot of work, and you need to have a good partner to be able to do it well with. Otherwise, you are gonna just feel like you're on your own. A lot of people who are married end up doing it on their own anyways because their partner is really not a partner. They're not a help, and they're not taking on the responsibility that is theirs in having children.
I can see you in the picture.
Savannah is 2.5 weeks old, and we are in the thick of the whole.
And Sophie is?
And Sophie is 4. That's right. So Sophie is very helpful. She is able to do a lot of things for herself. Obviously, having Savannah as a newborn, she needs us to do everything for her, and it can be very all-consuming, especially with a lot of nighttime feeds. If you have a fussy baby, I'm so thankful neither of my babies have been fussy. You want to have someone that is going to be there to back you up in those nighttime feeds, even if you are exclusively breastfeeding. Maybe they can just be there to support you, change some diapers, cuddle the baby. This time around, Bruce isn't doing as much in the nighttime because I am exclusively breastfeeding, but with Sophie, we were doing a lot of formula feeding as well. And so he was able to give those bottles, and we kind of shared off on the feeding duties at night, which was nice. He does pick up the slack in other areas like feeding Sophie breakfast and letting me sleep in a bit in the morning since I am getting up more overnight and just things like that. And he is still working, so I am on my maternity leave now, so I see this as my job. My job is to take care of my family. I'm so thankful to live in Canada and have a job that gives me a full year paid maternity leave. So really, this is my job, to be feeding my children and waking up at night and taking care of them. And not saying that it's easy. It is not easy, but hey, no job is completely easy. And so this is a big adjustment for me as well, but just reminding myself of the truth that what I'm doing right now has value, obviously. It is very important. I'm raising the next generation. My mom asked me how I was doing a couple days in to being a mom of 2, and I said, all I did today was feed my girls. And she just responded back with, honorable.
Can you help me, Mama?
Yeah, in just a moment. And I keep thinking about that word honorable, and it's really encouraging to me how when we take care of our families, who's calling right now, it really is an honorable thing to do. Okay, well, we need to go outside now and walk over and see the kitties, so let's do that. Right, here's Savannah's little Valentine Day dress and her little baggy tights because she's a baby and I can't find tights small enough for her. And we're gonna put her in our little baby bunting suit here. I had this exact bear suit for Sophie when she was little, and I have no idea what happened to it. I looked everywhere for it. I asked all my friends if I lent it to them. No one found it. and it was making me sad. And so I was at the Gap outlet and I found this one on the clearance for $10. I'm like, it was meant to be. So here we go. We got another grumpy little bear. Woo! Okay, we're all on the sled. Shall we go?
Yeah.
Hey.
Here we go. I'm holding on to baby Savannah.
I guess you could say that my video today is my husband appreciation video, because I do appreciate how hard he works for our family, but also that he spends some quality time with the girls. Bruce was commenting to me the other day how he is very aware of the fact that he still needs to and wants to spend time with our older daughter, even though we are busy with the newborn, and I really appreciate how he thinks about that and is aware of the fact that his kids need him. So if you're watching this, hubby, I appreciate you. And for everybody else, get yourself a hubby like mine. Not the same one though. The other thing that you want to think about when picking the future parent of your future children is their religion, values, the things that are important to them, and how they want to raise their children. Because if those two things, like if the way that you want to raise your children is drastically different from how they want to raise their children, it's not going to be a very peaceful home. And it's best to just know that right off the bat, so you can pick someone who is more in line with your values and how you want to raise your children. There's a kitty watching us through the window. My husband and I are both Christians, and it's a very important founding part of our lives. So for us, that matched well that we wanted to raise our children in the Christian church and teach them those values. When you have two different religions, two different value sets, two completely different ways of doing life, and you're trying to raise your children together and cohesively, how do you think that's gonna work? I don't think it will. I've seen it not be the greatest. Oh my goodness, this doggy is so funny. He loves the snow.
Got some snow on her.
Is she? Okay, let's get moving before she gets grumpy. If you're watching this video and you are like, you know what, I picked the absolute perfect person to be the other parent to my children, well, let them know. Send this video to them and let them know that you're thinking of them. And if you are still in the process of trying to find somebody, let me know down below if this is something that you had thought about when trying to pick a partner or a spouse for the future. I just put my camera in the snow, so I don't know if it's super foggy now, but if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more stuff about being a mom, being a wife, and mental health stuff I've thrown in there, because let's be honest, it affects everything that we do as women, as people. So I will see you guys soon.